Yes, I don't for my na kwaba e the platform we so host Nana J and I want me a born in puno. I don't for na sisi amne mo kase nye fedi agro e wode sa an Cedi asase an Dora asase ewu sin Cedi na enye fedi agro na ede na aba ede na asie yen say story bia so wode sa anso no emfa emamoy na yehu ne ekọ ne eba
Ay3ka paid money, and it was Honorable Muntaka Mubarak who took the money and shared it among the appointment committee. Then Muntaka Mubarak came out to say that it is never true. Ay3ka never paid money to anybody. You never paid money to anybody. Okay. Eti Ebasano Muntaka Mubarak said that, look, I'm a Muslim. Mama Ay3ka is also a Muslim. So he said, they should swear with Quran. Ay3ka is a Muslim, but this man said that he can swear with Quran that Ay3ka never paid money. So it made the NDC accusations, as a useless and foolish. So the NDC accused Muntaka Mubarak of flirting with National Democratic Congress. Now, another issue came that in 2021, after the vetting committee, we told to say some of the appointees ni bi ohonoma na NDC from person mo abe ajuama appointment na too. When NPP came to power for the second time, Nana Akufo-Addo won. No more person mo begia too. But Ay3ka maneuvered and spin the agenda for them to be appointed by the vetting committee. So the NDC full soldiers accused this man, say, working for National Democratic Congress. Yeah, National Democratic Congress. Because at that time, the NDC and Parliament were Hunch Parliament. So they could have used their numbers to oppose the nominees, because over Parliament, the Parliament preliminary, and yet the vetting committee for an appointee, and also nominee appointed by the two, but on the floor of Parliament. So it was 137. So 137 each, they could have find a way to stop or block some of the appointees. But according to them, when they were appointed, they said Muntaka Mubarak, in fact, did that, engineered that for them to be appointed. Then Kevin Taylor, Ekofa, Papai Betina, who did them, and Muntaka Mubarak also responded to that. Okay, so that is that. Now, we have talked about how did I do so. So this issue are there. They remember that when General Cedi became a chairman of National Democratic Congress, these two were among the leadership of National Democratic Congress caucus in Parliament. Now, Haruna Dusu was a majority leader, and Muntaka Mubarak was a minority chief whip, and this man was a majority leader. So they were changed by General Cedi and his NDC. They were reshuffled. The Atofosu took over, and Dafia Mapo also took over from this man. Was it Abdi Banda? Yeah, the current local government minister also took over from Muntaka Mubarak. And these two were peeved. And the General Cedi we didn't know the reason why he changed them. He said the election will be economics and all this stuff. Don't forget about this. The reason why about confusion ever, if I listen to me carefully, as my the reason why about confusion ever is the General Cedi went to Tamale. This thank you to, and he went to the constituency of Haruna Iddrisu. Now listen, you remember when Akufo-Addo time, this scandal, Olympics Games scandal be by na Kojo Bajiman and Hanam Pius Hanam Hadide, deputy sports minister, then were investigated. So founders in the by Nekuta Akufo-Addo and founders one country will be any other. But when Akufo-Addo was about to go to voter regime for a tour, for presidential tour, all corner or release that release and say that boy is exonerated. Pius and Mazide has been exonerated because he knew that you'll be going there. When he goes there, and definitely be a obey and answer questions. And Kofobeka say, "Ye nipa bakopo wa bemu, eye hana Mazide oye voter and away in the D, ne the scandal at the time when they say Kufode had to release that report, exonerate Pius Henam Hadide before going to say voter region. So I said we Ketia went to Tamale Central. Nobody asked me anything. But Baby Obekobia has never told the constituents, about why these two were reshuffled in our parliament. But when he went to Tamale, he decided to come out with that story so that the Tamale people, was trying his best to justify the reason why he reshuffled the two. Let's go and watch that video. And this video is a controversial video, and I think that if NDC does not call this man to order, it will create confusion in the party. Watch the video. Watch this.
Who should be the minority? We got over that. Then new things were emerging. And I said that we have to change the forward line of parliament. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to win elections. President Mahama disagreed with me. But I said that, look, you have elected me as chairman of this party.
Yes, other force what you see. Now, send your NDC for and you are Mwangasa party in the moon. Send your master see and you are Mohono. Not dollar so no and namache and your dollar so in no masses $, and a hand yes ye.
We are the move forward. Them say because of their bad man, them confused. So them confused. So they don't know what to do. Them confused. So them confused. So they say dollar is down. Them confused. So them confused. So they say dollar is down. Them confused. So them confused. So they say the dollar is down. Them confused. So they confused. So they say the dollar is down. Yes, the worst currency in the West Africa is now Ghana Cedi. Yes.
Yes, Arafo. Na ablantie be kan ye ni adwin se bia na ye hwe ne they say undecided ekwe discover ye fan into nchem say na ye kan ye woso nyina Cedi become the worst performing currency in sub-Saharan Africa. Cedi becomes worst performing currency in sub-Saharan Africa. That is a CM Nemuka said, ye Cedi Nensono, and Guasia Akan Cedi no, and Cedi need that form say Tima, Sabe, where ye lifelessly, Cedi any young wadin beam, Cedi my yum damn pine. Yes, CM fire from pine and Maben and Cedi, Eden the young pine coba Bama Cedi say, see, baby, a Cedi dano, or that D7 are any for the agro, Cedi Jin and Wendy. Ghana na mwe mwa de ndende na Cedi esa wisi sene yawu I don't find it. You made it. Be sim do be ara se be makram baba.